Yo, what is good, everyone? So today I'm going to show you how I made this super simple website with HTML and CSS, and it's just a simple design you see right here. Little Glassmorphism, little trendy UI seen floating around. So I wanted to add a little image over here, and then these are just like custom little circles I added. And if you haven't seen the previous video I posted, basically actually designing this variation, so I actually made a custom one, a brand new one, like a little mini logo over here too. But in case you wanted to see how I did it from scratch, I basically start off with this, and then I made variations until it transformed into right here. So if you want to see how I made this design right here, which one is right up there, the video is down below, and that also gives you the way how I created these cards, the little glass effect, and then I basically just changed the design up here and made it like see-through over here. So in case you wanted to see that, that video is down below. But let me just show you a little tool really quick. It's nothing fancy, it's just pretty much this right here, the little hero section. And then when you shrink it, at least you can see that it goes like that and stacks on top. So before we get into this project, I want to thank Tascade for sponsoring today's video. So in short, Tascade is an all-in-one collaboration platform where you can brainstorm ideas, manage projects, and organize tasks so you can get things done faster. So if you're interested in increasing your productivity or working more efficiently with your team, Tascade can help you out with that. They have a variety of different features that allow you to plan out your projects with ease. And at first glance, Tascade might look like a simple task list app, but actually Tascade has a lot of different features to where you can organize and structure your projects to ensure that you get things done. In addition to that, you can actually invite others to work on the project as well with a simple click. And then also Tascade offers live video and audio chat right in their platform. In addition, Tascade gives you the freedom to customize your workspace to whatever fits your needs. Also, Tascade has a wide variety of different template options that are pre-built already for you to save you some time, and you can simply search through them and see which one fits your goals, and they can simply go ahead and add them right to your workspace with a click, and then there you go, right ahead, start editing it and customizing it to your project. And last but not least, you can find Tascade on mobile devices as well. So if this is something you're interested in checking out, you can go ahead in the description down below or go to tascade.com and get started right away. So here I am on VS Code, so go ahead and open up your code editor and then create a project if you haven't already, and then go ahead and navigate into there. So I already have that here, so I'm just going to go and create a index.html, and then I'll do styles.css, and then I'll have a folder. I'll just call this one assets. You name it images, it doesn't really matter. And then index.html, let's do the shift exclamation mark, and then I'll just press tab. Auto completes template for us. Here I can just call this like morphism design. It doesn't really matter for this, but here we can just link the styles.css, and then h1 should put yo, save it here. And also I got live server installed, so just type live server here. Yeah, and just go ahead and launch that or install this, and then basically we go back. I'll right click, open with live server, and then it should automatically open it right here. Awesome. So let's go ahead and create the nav bar. So let me just type nav, press tab, and then inside of here, I'm just gonna do the super simple nav bar, which with the A tags. So pretty much I'll create two divs because I'm gonna be doing justify content space between. So in order to do that, you need divs to space them out. So I'll do dot and then logo, press tab, creates the div with the class logo for us, and then here I'll just put an A tag, and then it'll just be href, be a slash, and then here I'll just pass in the logo. You could just put logo filler for you if you wanted to, if you don't have like an image, but I'll just do img for now, and then just do dot slash assets slash logo.svg. So we don't have this file yet, but once we import, I'll add it. And then here I just put like logo for now, and then I'll just save it. And then let me actually go ahead and finish this nav up. So here's the logo div. Under here I'm gonna do dot nav dash links, and then this is just basically your menu. So like a slash href, and just put benefits. Then we can do shift alt down arrow. If I do it right, there we go. And then here just be login. So this is just template stuff for now. And then there's a nav, and then basically under here, I can do like a, what was that, command slash for the comment, say hero section. And then under here, I'll just do the hero, so dot hero, press tab. And I'm gonna do grid, so basically 2 side-by-side boxes, or essentially columns. So for tutorial's sake, I'll call this one the left dash column, just so like you clearly can see like, hey, this is the left side. And then if you want to change this to something that makes more sense to you, feel free. Then I'll just put h10 fees, and then put a p tag here to say get started with, yeah, let me put a lowercase s, get started with our free plan, then receive 0 fees for transactions under $1,000. So again, you can fill like whatever you want for that, and then here just put button, just say sign up. And then let me save this. So now if you have custom images, feel free, but I have all my links to the images in the description on my site. It'll just be on my GitHub, so you can download it, but let me just drag mine in. And then if you followed the previous like Figma design video, then you could technically drag in your own custom shapes and whatnot. So like here's the card. So this is the one I drew from the previous video, except I just made it one bigger. And then these are just SVGs, which are just the circles. And then the logo, I literally just made this from scratch. I put like a circle and then like another circle with an outline, and then I just masked it or subtracted it pretty much, and just made this like little shape here. And then for the under the button, let's add the circle. So let's do img, I'll do dot slash asset slash, and we'll do the circle SVG. And if you don't have images right now, you can just like leave this out for now, because this is essentially the like these little circle shapes. They're not necessary, but I just have them for design purposes. And then also if you needed to add like your own custom shapes, like this is one way to do it. Then I'll just put like a circle, and then I'll just put an ID since this is specific. So put like circle 1, and then under this div I just press enter. So now if I click it, we're outside of this left column. So then I just call this div right column, just so you can visualize like seeing it. And then let me just scroll this up, and then here I'll just do img again, and then let's do dot card, press tab, and then here will just be the dot slash asset slash card. Oops, that's like I clicked on the wrong one. Card dot, is that PNG? Yeah, PNG. And then here will just be the just call it card for the alts. And you can see right now we have the circle, and then we have card, but technically it's like way down here, just chilling. And then I'll just do another image, except I'll do hashtag circle -2, because this can be the second circle. And then I'll just do dot slash assets slash, I'm just gonna reuse the circle, it's the same one, except this time it has an ID of circle -2, and just put circle here. So now we should have 2 circles. Let me see if we can zoom this out really quick. So there we go. It's basically our design, so it's all right. Now we just gotta make it look good. So let me just shrink this down. So in terms of HTML, that was pretty much it. So if you wanted to go get fancy with this, you can do the styling yourself, feel free. But if you want to follow along, let's get over here, and let me just go and add in our style. So the first thing I always do is do shift 8, little time symbol. Let me just reset something. So box sizing, border box, and there's like reset code you can copy and paste with a bunch of different stuff, but this for now does the job. So we'll do margin 0, padding 0, and I'm gonna say font. Actually, let me do this. Let me say this really quick, and let's go over to Google Fonts. So here, just search Google Fonts, click here, and then let's just type in Montserrat. Should pop up, click it, and then what I want, let me make it a little bigger so you can see it. I want the regular, and then I also want the, let me see if I can scale to it, the bold. So let me click off really quick. I want bold, and I want extra. Where's it at? Extra bold normal. Yeah, extra bold 800. And that's just because I want it for the 0 fees. Actually, you can remove the 800 extra bold if you don't want it, but I just have it just in case I decided to change my mind about the thickness of the design. Now where in the world is it? Right here. And then let's copy this first, this font family. Just paste it in here. And then also go to let's go to import. And let me just paste it like this way. It's just much quicker to do like this. But normally if you wanted to, you could paste in the link into the actual index.html. But for time's sake, I'll just do it like this. It's much easier. Now let's go back. We can see the font has changed. And then here, we can actually start styling this. So let's target the nav now. And if you wanted to put classes on them, I mean, you can do that too. But since this is such a simple index.html file, I'm just going to straight up target the nav. And let's just display flex these. So display flex, puts them all in one line. And then let's do justify content, space, not evenly, between. So let's do between. Got a little space action here. And then let's align the items to be centered. So now you see how the nav link centered. And then width, just keep it at 100%. And then height, let's do 100 pixels. Then I'm going to set the position to be fixed. That way I can see it on top of the hero section, but also has a transparent background. And then let's do Z index. Let's do 100 just so that's like always on top. So as you can see here, that's a way to make it where it's essentially on top of the hero section. And make sure we can have the background right now. Let's just do like transparent. So if you ever want to change this to like red, for instance, there you go. But let's keep it transparent for now. And then I'll set the padding, and this is 0 rem, top bottom, and then I'll do this little calc formula. And it's basically 100, you do 2 parentheses, and then 100 view per width minus 1400 pixels divided by 2. And essentially that's just saying divide this calculation by 2 and then add it to the left and right padding. So I save it now. You can see the transparency went away, but when I go like, let's see, did I do it right? Padding. What should be? Yeah, when I do it like this. Oh yes, because the where's it at? It's most likely. Oh yeah, zoomed. I'm zoomed in too much. Here we go. Okay, so now you can see this padding gave little padding on both sides like that, and you can't really tell right now. So let's start styling more of the nav, and then we'll add on to the hero section so you can actually see what's going on. So let's start the logo first, because right now you see how it's like kind of mobile view. I want to make sure that it's not touching the actual left side. So I'll do margin left 2 rem. There we go, little space. And then let's do .nav dash links. I'll just do margin dash right 2 rem. Okay, you got a little spacing here. And then let's do .nav dash links a tag. And then let's make sure we get rid of this outline. So text decoration none. And let me do this because it's gonna be impossible to see. Actually, yeah, let's do the hero first because you can't see the nav links right now. So let me make sure you can see it. So do .hero. Let me set the background to hashtag 0f0f10. Okay, there we go. And then let's go back to the nav links. Let's set the color to white. And then padding would just be 0 rem, 1 rem. Okay, now you can see the nav is pretty much done. So it's basically the invis logo and then just benefit login. Now let's go with the hero section. Let's go here and display. Let's do grid. Okay, so now let's color this. Make sure the text is white so you can see them. And then let me go above here so you can see. Not there. Let's go here. Let's do grid template columns 1FR 1FR. So that essentially just puts them side by side. So like here, let's do this first. Let's set the height 200 view per height 2, and then let's do let's see, align items. center. And right now what's happening is these circles are in the way, but you can see here now we got two little squares next to each other pretty much. And then we can continue adding on here. So let's go under background. So the padding 0 rem, and then calc double parentheses 100 before width minus 1400 pixels divided by 2. That's the same thing I did for the nav bar, but you can see we got little spacing now here. And then the cards are in like the perfect spot, except it's like overflowing. So what we could do to get rid of this like extra overflow is the easiest thing, if you already know, is overflow -x hidden. Don't use overflow hidden, because if you don't put the -x, you can't scroll on the page. So that's not what you want. But here, now you can see no scroll bar here, and it's just like that. And then let's set a position relative, because we need to use position absolute for these circle shapes, and I want to position them in random spots, so you need to have something to look at in order to do that. So then here we can go dot here h1. I'll say padding dash bottom will be 1 rem. So that's basically the tag. Let me shrink this a little bit. And then here I'm gonna say font size clamp parentheses 1 rem comma 4 viewport width comma 2 rem. And if you're like, yo, what is clamp? I've never seen that before. Essentially, it is a way to make your font or your text responsive without having to do media queries. So essentially the first value, 1 rem, is the smallest that you want the font size to be. The middle, the 4 viewport width is essentially how big you want it to be visible on the screen. So it starts off like on the, I think it's a MDM docs, you can see it's like 2.5, but sometimes I do it to 10 depending on how big I want my text to be. And then the second, or the third option, the last one, is the 2 rem, and that's basically how big you want it to be. So if I were to change this to, if I go here and change it to like 23, you can't really see it because the viewport is smaller. If I zoom out here, it's a little bigger, but if I were to change this to like 14, you can see how like it changes. So again, you have to play around with these values to see what fits for your design, but I think that works for me. And then we can go here. I'll just say text transform. If I can spell right, text transform, uppercase, because I want that to be uppercase, and the color would just be hashtag 5971F1. Boom, there you go. And then I'll say dot hero p tag, and I'll just say padding dash bottom. It's just gonna be 3 rem. Font size will just be clamp again, 1 rem comma 4 viewport width 2 rem, and that should be fine. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, I like the size of that. And also, not bad, let me do line height too. So let me scroll up real quick. Do line height of 1.5. Got a little spacing there. And then now we're going to target this like left column section. So technically, if I do dot left column, usually, because you don't see this when I'm creating this from scratch, but I always like to visualize my stuff. So here, I'll just do it for you so you can see. I always do like a border or some sort of like visual. And I'm sure if you've ever done this, like the red rectangle box, you can see like exactly what you're editing. So that way it's much easier to actually style everything. So here I can say like margin dash left 2 rem. So now you can see it's not touching the left side of the screen. I want margin dash right 2 rem 2. And then let's do max width of 600 pixels. And then let's do display. Let's do flex. Justify content center. Oh, by the way, I forgot to put the direction. Flex direction column. And then go under here. Let's do align items. Flex starts. And then let's go here and just say min height 700 pixels. and then position will be relative. So right now not much has changed, but you can see it looks like this now, and it's a little skinnier in terms of like the size of it. And then here I can technically just erase this because I can see already what I'm editing. And then for the button, it's just a basic button. Padding, I'll just do 1.2 rem, 3.5 rem, top bottom, left right. So I'll save it here. And then I can do border dash radius. Let's do 4 pixels. Border is none. Then I'll say font size will just be 1.2 rem. Margin dash bottom is just going to be 3 rem. And then color of the text, white. Background of the button will be hashtag 5971F1. And then cursor pointer. And then we got outline will be none. And then Z index is 1. Bam, there we go. So feel free to, make that better looking, but this is a basic button. And then if we were to zoom out, it's pretty much there. The only thing we need to fix is like the little circle. And then also the right column. So let's do this. Do dot right column. I'm gonna set the Z index to 1. And then position relative. And then also, let's do this first. Let's do at media screen and max width of 768 pixels. And I'm gonna target the let's see, hero. So do dot hero. And pretty much right here, if we go back, we got this grid template columns 2. So we got 2 1FR. So instead, I'm gonna do grid template columns 1FR. So we'll see what that does. It just stacks things on top. And then what we need to do is let's go under this right column. I'm gonna say dot card. Say the max width to be, let's say 180%. Then set the height to auto. And see if how my card looks now. So there it is. And then let's do the circle 1. So let's go under here. Hashtag circle dash 1. Because right now it's like messing up on my content. So let's do position absolute. Okay, now we can see my text. Set the top to 400 pixels. And then I'm going to set the left to negative 400 pixels. And then just the max width, let's just put 100%. And then heights, which could be auto here. So technically now if I go in here and zoom this out, it's like nice and cozy right here. So now we need to just fix the positioning of this thing so that it's like behind here and it's not pushing it up. So pretty much I just go under here and I can technically just, let's do this. Let's just copy circle 1, paste it, change the top to 100 pixels. Also change this to circle 2. And then also change the left to right. And we'll save it here. And the only issue now is it's like it's on top. So in order to make it go behind, we'll just do z-index -1. Bam! So there we go. And then you can see this is the design so far. So you can factor this to where like on the media query, if you wanted, for instance, hashtag circle dash 1, and you wanted it to be like left of minus, I don't know, 200 pixels. You can do it like that. Again, in case you don't like how it looks on mobile versus desktop. But for me, this is pretty simple design. So this is like enough for you to get started, and then go ahead and play around with this. But if I zoom back out, you can see here, there's a basic little hero section I made, and then you got that stuff here. So again, this isn't like blurring like exactly like you see in other Glass design effects, but I did it so you can actually see it, because if I didn't blur it, it'd just be like these 2 random lines here, and it'd defeat the design I was trying to replicate. But again, feel free to add a little blur background if you wanted to, and refactor this code. But this pretty much completes the HTML and CSS Glassmorphism website design tutorial. So if you enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down below any tips, or even send me some of your own code and I'll take a look at it, your own designs. I'll check it out. And aside from that, I will see you in the next video. Peace.